I'm fixing my hair still. Hi guys! My hair is still wet, so I'm trying to get it out of my face so I can talk to you. Thanks for being here. This is a really exciting cake talk because today is my actual birthday. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has sent me birthday shout outs and happy birthdays. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and I'm happy to be spending some of my birthday with you guys. I also want to say thank you to everyone who has signed up for Camp Cake, because Camp Cake is this coming weekend, which is normally I'd like go out and party on my birthday weekend, but this year it's going to be a baking live stream party, and I'm so happy to spend it with so many of you. If you've signed up and you haven't been added to the private group, please let us know. You can email us at campcake@howtocake.com and let us know, because we want to make sure you have full access. I can't wait to bake with you one-on-one in real time, and you can all see how long it takes. I actually shot an episode last night. It was a collaboration. I don't want to give too much away. I will tell you that she is a fellow baker. She is Australian, and she has an addiction to a specific type of sweet. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So we shot over the last 2 days, one video for her channel and one for mine. And yesterday was my video, and it took a long time. We were caking well into the night, but it was well worth it, and I hope you're really gonna like the videos. Okay, let's get to it. Okay. This is from Carmen Lunabelle on Instagram. Why did you want to start a YouTube channel? Well, you know, sometimes on those late nights, that's the exact question I ask myself. I didn't really ever think about YouTube until my partners Connie and Jocelyn came to me shortly after I had had my son. And they suggested that we make a YouTube channel together. And I thought, what a great idea, because now I was a working mom and I didn't really know how that rolls. And also, I just really love cake decorating. I love what I do, and I love doing it in my style. And we knew that YouTube would allow that. So I make the cakes that I want to make. I make the cakes that you guys want to see. Of course, my sister is calling at the wrong time. She's calling to wish me happy birthday, so I can't be upset. I'll call her back. But yeah, so we thought, what a good idea, because we can do this our way. And so we've done it our way, and it's really amazing. And it couldn't be better. It couldn't be better. I'm really happy with it. And it's sort of like the best ride of my life. I don't even know how to articulate how I feel about making cakes on YouTube. So, next question. Oh, I love this question. This is from, oh boy, Adikio Donker on Instagram. What brand of vanilla essence do you use? Also, when you're coating your cakes with meringue buttercream, do you chill the buttercream a bit or use it at room temperature? I love your first question, because I only use vanilla from Grenada, which is where my mom is from. Every time I go to Grenada, I bring back a big bottle of vanilla, and every time my family goes, I'm like, you need to bring me vanilla. So I always stock up. I'm going to show you about, yeah, so it's this. It's like the size of a wine bottle. It smells so good. I wish that you guys could smell, but there's no point in opening it because you can't. Oh, is it dark in here? Okay. That's the vanilla I've always baked with since I was a kid. I love it. I try other vanillas and I'm like, wah, wah. But there are a lot of great brands on the market. I do definitely prefer real vanilla to artificial vanilla. It makes all the difference. Yes, it is pricier, but it's worth it. And for the second part, I always ice my cakes with room temperature Italian meringue buttercream. Doing it with cold buttercream would be really hard. It really just would not spread. So you want the buttercream to be room temperature. You want to be able to stir it and ice your cake really smooth. Okay, next. This is from @Sophia_WTRMIN on Instagram. What's your favorite fruit? You know, last year I would have said watermelon, but that's over now. And this year I'm going to say it's pineapple. And you might see that very soon I love pineapple so much, I might have to cake a pineapple. That's how much I love pineapple. Okay, this is from at B. Oh, is your name Barkavy? I know a Barkavy. This isn't Barkavy, is it? The one I know? No. Okay. At Barkavy on Instagram. After you eat your cake on video, do you share it amongst your HTCI crew, or do you just bring them to parties? I do a bit of both. So I share it. Sometimes my father-in-law has taken it to the office. Jocelyn's father has taken it to his office. They get really popular at the office. Sometimes I take it home and give some to my neighbors. If I am visiting people or I have people over, then I'll save it. I always give some to my mom and my sister. Yeah, and then sometimes we give it to, like when I made BB-8, we actually gave it to Disney Canada because they were kind enough to lend us the big BB-8 model. So sometimes we give it to the people we've sort of made it for. Next question. This is from Janira Zabel on Instagram. It's so hard to read names when they're written all as one. I feel like it says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Should I bake in advance for a camp cake? My oven is quite old and needs more than average time. Oh, well, we're going to be baking in real time, and hopefully you'll be able to do it with us, because that's the idea. The idea is to show you guys how I do this from true start to true finish. So from mixing the ingredients together and making batter and baking it and waiting and doing things in between while your cake is baking. So the idea is that we're doing this together live, not just that you're sort of watching me in this wonderfully edited video. Make something that we are baking together, and as we go along, you can ask me whatever you want. So I'm hoping your oven isn't that slow. We are keeping in mind that my oven is probably, faster than a lot of people's ovens. So we're keeping that in mind. And I will wait for you guys to catch up, and then we'll move on. Okay, next question. This is from a fan page at _how_to_cake_it_ on Instagram. What's the one thing you're excited about for Camp Cake? Well, I'm excited about what I just talked about, which is baking with you guys in real time, just being able to talk to you, also being able to I'm excited and nervous about this, but just really be like, this is how I am. You're gonna see a lot of yawning. I have to warn you, I yawn a lot. I'm not bored. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm bored. I'm just always a little bit tired. And I find that when I yawn, it just goes on and on and on. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to hear new questions or new perspectives and really help you as you're doing something. And I'm excited just because it's a new experience. We've never done this before. As far as we know, nobody else has done it. So we're just really curious to see how much fun this could be, and what you guys get out of it and what I get out of it and how well it works, and if we should do it all over again. So I'm going to go to the screen for a minute. Oh, guys, thank you. This is from Joanna Joseph. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you and have fun. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here every week. And Joanna has another question. Is there anyone who inspired you and made you who you are today? Wow. I don't want to get emotional. I'm going to have to say my dad, because when I wanted to go to cooking school, he was in full support, and I went to cooking school. And also my dad had a passion of his own. He loved woodworking. And although that wasn't his job, every moment he had, he spent doing that. And so I learned that when you have a passion, you should always follow it, and you should never let it go, because it gives you something in return. And there's no feeling like that. I feel very lucky to know what I love doing, and I feel even luckier that I actually get to do it for a living. I think that's really amazing. So next, okay. Wow, Joanna, you are filled with good questions. If happiness is currency, how rich do you think you are? Well, then I think I'm really rich. I'm happy. I love my family. I love my son. I love my husband. I love what I do for a living, not only because it's been my passion for so long, and not only because I get to share it with so many of you, but because I work with people that I love, and they get to be creative and I get to be creative, and it's this huge collaboration of all of us. Just, I mean, I think you can tell that we have a good time. All of that laughter is not staged. You cannot act that out. And so that's great. It is hard work. I think YouTube is misleading in the sense that people think it's just sort of like, oh, hey, I'm here, I made a cake, ta-da! And it's a lot of hard work and a lot of people's hard work that goes into making How to Cake It. But the best part is that we all enjoy each other's company and we all enjoy doing this. So thank you for being here. Okay, next. Wow, this is from Everything with Alex. Hiyo, what's the best advice for charging for cakes? Thank you. Yeah, it can be so tricky because nobody really knows how long this takes, and sometimes they take that for granted, and in their mind they're just thinking, well, I'm just going to eat this cake and it won't be there anymore. But it's a lot of work and a lot of patience. So first of all, always keep in mind what you spent on the cake. Everything, if you had to buy a new tool, your boards, your fondant, all of that stuff, your ingredients. And then also understand what you want to earn for your time and for your experience. And that could be the hardest part about it, because you could say to yourself, you know, if this cake is going to take me 10 hours, I think I'm worth this in 10 hours. But if you, as you gain experience and as the years go on, obviously your experience is worth more, and people have trouble with that. So I would say that was a lesson I learned the hard way. I did this for a very long time without really making any money, and I just kept doing it because I loved it, and I just kept thinking, if I keep doing this, I'm going to get better and better and better. And I'm happy to say that for me it paid off, and it led me to this, which is wonderful. But know your worth and don't back down. And if that means sometimes you have to say no, it's better to learn that lesson early, because then people just keep expecting the same thing, and you really can't do that your whole life if you want to do this for a living. Okay, so next, this is from Vidya. Oh my God, Vidya, I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, how come she wasn't on the last Cake Talk? Where is she? I'm so happy you're here. Hey, Yolanda, I just wanted to thank you. I know you might not remember. Of course I remember you. I was just thinking about you. Oh, it's my sister again. Sorry, Vidya. Because of you, I got admission to culinary arts, and college is starting soon. It's because of you that I realized that baking is my calling. So thank you. Thank you. This is like the best birthday message ever. Thank you so much for saying that. I hope you enjoy culinary school and baking. I went to culinary school. We did a bit of baking, more cooking. It was probably one of the best decisions of my life. I learned a lot. I enjoyed it, and I really discovered what my passion was. Even though I became a cake decorator, it still led me here. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I got it. That was the stage of school that I enjoyed the most by far, much more than high school or elementary school. So I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you'll keep me posted and send me pictures of stuff that you make. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and oh, thank you, Vidya. But today is my birthday, so you don't have to say happy belated birthday because it's actually today. Okay. This is from Crystal Psych. Hi, Yolanda. Do you get YouTube stage fright? Ooh. Well, actually, I procrastinate a lot on the channel. That just gets edited out because I always feel really nervous before I start. Every single time we start, I think, how did I get myself into this? Like when I had to make a serpent or a turkey, I kept thinking, how am I going to carve a cake into a turkey? I have no idea how to do that, and I'm thinking that in my head as I'm doing it. So yes, but I don't think that shows as much. I get some stage fright when I'm more in like a YouTube atmosphere or around other YouTubers, I guess because I think of them as being like, oh my God, that's so-and-so, or oh my God, that's so-and-so. And I don't think of myself like that at all. So I think I feel more stage fright in those scenarios. I have gotten a lot better because I was a really shy child, and I've really come out of my shell, and that makes me really happy and proud, because when you're shy, it's so difficult, and all anyone ever says to you is, don't be shy, as if you could just like switch it off. And if you could switch it off, you would, but you can't. It's something you have to learn and feel more confident inside and get your voice out. So I would say my stage fright is like, you know, 4 out of 10, which is really good because I think a little bit of fright helps you stay on track as well. Okay. Where am I? Oh my God. Oh, here's a good question. This is from Lisa. Oh, I don't want to lose your question. This is from Lisa Carlton. Hi from Northern Ireland. Hello. Is it possible to make black buttercream without adding chocolate or cocoa to it before the black gel color? I'm trying to make black vanilla buttercream. Ooh, that's tough. I feel your pain. Sorry, I'm making this question like really dark. It's possible, but you're gonna have to add so much black food coloring that A, you're going to change the texture of your buttercream. B, you're going to change the flavor of your buttercream because you're basically going from white to black. So it's one extreme to the other. I was going to suggest whenever I want black, I usually do black ganache, but I feel like from the tone of your question, perhaps you don't like chocolate. If you want to avoid adding chocolate or cocoa, it's really, really difficult. It can be done, but your buttercream might get soupy and it also will not taste good. You're really going to taste that food coloring. So that's why you see most cake decorators do that. Take advantage of the dark, rich color of cocoa or chocolate and then build the black onto that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Happy. Oh, all I have are happy birthdays. I'm like trying to read a question. Thank you, everything with Alex. Thank you. Happy birthday. Hope you had a great day. I will have a great day. Okay, here's a good question from Salma Barakat. How can you perfectly frost a cake without a lazy Susan? Ooh. Yeah, that's tricky. I don't think you can ice it well, but I don't think you can ice it perfectly because the lazy Susan is cool because what it does is allow you to focus on, you know, holding your spatula or holding your bench scraper and then giving you like the speed and the momentum to really just smooth that out. Without the lazy Susan, you're going to have to do it sort of in stages. And then you're going to see, you know, where your spatula stops or your bench scraper stops. So you can ice a cake well without a lazy Susan, but if you're really looking for one of those perfectly buttercreamed, sharp-cornered cakes, then a lazy Susan is as important as the spatula or the bench scraper. I hope that was helpful. Oh, here's a good question. This is from Stephen Burns. Looking back on all the cakes that you've made on How to Cake It, are there any that you haven't been happy with the outcome of, or that you wish you could have done differently? Yeah, I'm pretty hard on myself. Almost every cake that I make, I walk away from the experience thinking, I should have done that, or I could have done that, or next time I'll do that. Because I really just think I'm always learning and always trying to get better. But there is one in particular that drives me crazy. It's my half birthday cake. I made a funfetti cake, and obviously when I baked the cakes, I did something wrong. I mismeasured. I don't know what I did. I've actually never watched that video again because it upsets me because I can remember my thoughts as I'm watching myself. When I cut the cake open, I remember being like, oh my God, this is going to be so much fun. It's funfetti. And when I cut it open, the cake was so yellow inside and the outside was so dark. And I know I didn't burn it because I was standing in here the whole time. I had a timer. I tested it. And it was so weird because from the outside, they looked normal. But when I cut in, I was like, I don't know what I did. So I don't even watch that video because I just get so upset. But yesterday, the cake I made in my collab, I made funfetti again. Second chance. And it came out wonderfully. So I didn't mismeasure. And I just always had in my head that I wanted to make funfetti again, just so I could sort of erase that bad memory. That's kind of how I look at it. And I just think there's always another chance for me to do something else. It's okay. That's the only way you get better. Okay, so next, I think I have to go back to Instagram. Oh, what did I just do? This is from Denise Utami. Happy birthday, yo. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't have to answer that at all. Okay. And this is from Yasmin Gudari. Hi, Yolanda. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Love your channel so much. My question is, what is your favorite cake ever? Love from the Netherlands. Wow, that's a big question. I really love Black Forest cake. I grew up eating Black Forest cake. I really should make a Black Forest cake. But I am going to Germany with my family in the fall, and I cannot wait to eat Black Forest cake. Real Black Forest cake. I also love German chocolate cake, and I also love chocolate banana cake. My favorite cake out of all the cakes that I make is chocolate banana. It's delicious. It's a delicious combination. Okay. This is from Fatima Mula. Does your son enjoy baking with you? He's a little too young. I think that he will. He definitely enjoys eating, but he's too young to actually pay attention and bake. He would just like stick his hand in the buttercream and, you know, rip off a piece of cake, but he really wouldn't actually help me. So I'll have to see as he gets older if he likes baking as much as me. I don't want to force it on him, but if he naturally is curious and wants to do it with me, I would love to bake with him. Okay, next. I'm going, oh no, I lost my questions. Okay. Wow, this is intense. This is from at Insta_Maylene on Instagram. Hi, yo, what is your biggest nightmare? Oh my gosh, that is intense. Wow. Wow. I don't know. There's really too many, and I don't like to dwell on things that scare me. In the cake world, it would be dropping a cake. I'm knocking on wood. It would be dropping a cake or having to give up YouTube for some reason, or at the moment, yeah. But in the real world, I mean, my biggest nightmare is just, you know, I just want to be with my loved ones and protect them, my friends and family, and enjoy life and, you know, stay on the positive side of things. So, yeah, it's really hard. Sometimes when I look at the news lately, I feel sort of really sad inside, and it's really hard. I don't think that you should ignore things that are going on in the world, but I do think you can't let it bring you down, and you always have to be aware of what you bring to this world. So just because something is happening doesn't mean, you know, you have to react in a negative way either. You could think about it like, what do I bring to this world, and how can I make people feel better and feel happier? The best comment I get on this channel, hands down, is that I make people feel happy, or I make their day, or I make them smile. Or I've gotten so many letters from people who say they have depression and that I make them laugh, and that is so amazing, and that's something that I never expected going into this. But that makes me so happy. That makes me happier than when people say, I like your cake, because, well, who doesn't like cake? But good question. Okay, here's another. Oh, this is a great question. This is from at Carroll Grabeel on Instagram. If you could make a cake for a celebrity, who would it be? It would be Beyonce. This is who this top is modeled after. This accent is sort of a nod to the accent at the end of her name. I just think Beyonce goes for gold and gives it her all, and I will always respect that in another human being. Even if they don't do it my way or aren't doing what I would do, I will always respect people, you know, striving for their dreams and never giving up and trying harder every time. I think that is great, and I think there should be more people like that. So now, where are we? Okay, I keep, this is the problem with my phone, because I scroll and then I scroll past all the questions. I saw a great question. Oh, here we go. At Opa, I'm not swearing, okay? At Opashit on Twitter. Will you ever do a Gordon Ramsay inspired cake? Beef Wellington? That is an awesome question. Actually, I was just thinking about cooking school. Beef Wellington is a big test when you go to culinary school. And I've seen Gordon Ramsay make beef Wellington, and it looks delicious. I've also eaten at a few of his restaurants in different parts of the world, and they were delicious. But this is the kicker. This week, Gordon Ramsay followed me on Twitter. when I saw the notification, I actually went to his page to make sure it was like the actual Gordon Ramsay and not a bunch of people named Gordon Ramsay on Twitter. And it was the actual Gordon Ramsay. So I totally freaked out. Totally freaked out. I think I should make him a beef Wellington cake. And people love to see cakes that look like food. It just freaks them out, right? Okay. Oh, here's a good question. It's from @RogueHakati on Twitter. Are you going to collab with anyone soon? Yes, I just filmed a collab yesterday and the day before. I gave clues as to who it was at the beginning of the show. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I am so excited. I can't believe this person even wanted to collab with me. It's amazing. Yeah, so it's gonna be great. I think you're really, really gonna like it. And here's a good question from @FinnAdams on Twitter. What do you do about dowels when cutting your cake? How and when do you remove them? So if the cake is tiered like a wedding cake, you would take off the top tier, cut that, and then below it you would see the dowels sort of poking out from the top of the cake. You can see the top of them. So then you would pull them out and cut the next cake. You can always see them because they're cut flush to the top of the cake, so you know they're there. Furthermore, they're wood. I use wooden dowels. So it's not as if you'll really cut through them. You can, like, you put your knife down and you can feel it right there. So you just pull them out of the cake and remove them as you're cutting the cake. I don't know why I keep putting my phone down in between. It's like I put my phone down and then I pick it back up. Okay, so here is another question. Oh my gosh, this is intense. This is from Adriana the Skater on Instagram. Would you rather eat cake forever and never get full, or make cakes forever and never get tired? I love you so much. Oh, the second. I'd rather make cakes forever and never get tired. That would be amazing. We get so many requests to make 2 videos a week. That is honestly impossible. I would have to give up sleep, and I can't do that because today I'm a year older and I need sleep more than ever. I would love that if I could make cakes and not get tired. That's actually something that really upsets me, because often when I'm making the cakes and the day has been long, 13 hours in, I feel really tired. And then the next day I always feel like I could have done that better if I wasn't as tired. So I would love to not be tired. I'd actually love to not be tired in every area of my life. That would really help with my son as well. So I think I have time for like 2 more questions. I want to make sure I'm not repeating questions. Oh, I like this question. This is from @George_. Oh no, this is from @Garoji_BV on Instagram. What do you think is the most fun part of doing a cake? The most fun part for me is the transformation. There's just something that's so much fun about that. Starting with cakes in a pan and a ruler and a knife and some fondant and all the usuals, and turning it into something. And as I mentioned before, even I don't often believe that I can do it. I can see it in my head. I can picture what I want it to look like, but I'm always unsure if I can do it or not. So I love the transformation. I actually think that's why a lot of people are drawn to How to Cake It, because people love transformations. Like, think about home reno shows, and you see, like, they show you the shot of that ugly room and you're like, how are you gonna make that look pretty? Or when you see like makeover shows and they take a woman and then she looks so glamorous. Like, people love to see that, and How to Cake It gives you that and gives me that. And I really love that. That's always been my favorite thing. And also when I had clients, seeing their reaction, like delivering their cakes and seeing their reaction. And now that's even better because I get the reaction of millions of people, which is so amazing. Amazing. That's my favorite part. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. This is from Vidya. Oh, I'm so happy you replied. How do you cope with your cakes not exactly turning out to your expectation because you have something in your mind, but the cake doesn't actually live up to that image? Yeah, it happens a lot, because the other thing is you're working with food, so there's a lot of factors that play into that. How well you prepare it. Weather is a huge factor, whether it's hot or cold, and you can't really control everything. So that's part of the learning process. You learn to control. There are things I do in the summer here that I don't do in the winter, and vice versa. And you just really get to learn and know your craft. That's why I always say practice makes perfect. Often people want me to say, well, you just do this, 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 and your cake will look like this. There really is no answer. There's just practicing and learning and imparting what you learned on your craft and getting better and better every time. Like Beyonce. We can all learn that lesson. Okay. Now, okay, I said I would only do 2. Next. Oh, I don't know what to do. You know what? I actually want to answer this, and I don't want it to be. Where did it go? This is a really good question. Where is it? Ah. Okay, here we go. I lost the question. I'm so sorry. This is not a good encore to How to Cake It. Oh, this is, okay, here it is. I'm so happy I found it. It's from Na Ji Hewitt. I hope I said that right. Your cakes and videos make my day. My friends are really hostile to me and I tend to go around alone, but your humor and optimism keeps me going. Your fun at work is too good not to make people happy. I want to say thank you. I want to say if your friends are hostile to you, then they're not really your friends. And I hope that's not harsh, but that's another lesson that you shouldn't take a long time to learn in life. I hope that helps you. Today I'm 39. I feel so much wiser today, and I wanted to tell you that because good friends are a great thing to have in life. You'll travel through life with them. I have friends that I've known since I was 7 years old. I have friends that I've known since I was 14 years old, and I have newer friends that I've met in the last 10 years. And it doesn't really matter when you meet them and how you meet them. What matters is the type of friendship you form. And so if there are people in your life that make you feel a certain way and make you feel bad and you'd rather be alone, then ask yourself why you want to be with them. You can't control how they act. You can only control how you react and decide what you're going to do about it. And it's really, I'll never understand why people act hostile. Even on the channel, I will say as a YouTuber, and I know a lot of YouTubers feel like this, you get people just writing anything to you. They say anything in the comments, and we're people, and it hurts, especially if you're taking a personal shot at me and you don't even really know me. So if these people know you and they're doing that to you, then that's even worse in my opinion. So I would say find some real friends, ones that make you happy and ones that you can make happy and that you can laugh together with when you watch How to Cake It. And yeah, I always try to be funny and optimistic because I really think that's the only way to be. If you're going to be pessimistic, then it's just going to bring you down. And you know, I have been through times in my life when I thought nothing was going to work out and I wasn't sure. And I just thought the only thing I could do is try. And I tried to make this YouTube channel, and it has done nothing but given back to me. So I'm so happy that I make you happy. And you know what? Being alone isn't bad either. Being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely, because it's also important for you to love yourself and to get to know yourself. So get to know yourself and make some great friends. And I am your friend, and keep watching How to Cake It. And thank you to everyone for being here. This is such a great birthday. I'm actually going to a photo shoot after this. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have some stage fright. I'm really excited, but what a fun way to spend my birthday. And I'm glad that they asked me. And also, I'm still trying to, I didn't hit 2 million for my birthday, but I'm going to be optimistic about it because I know it's going to come. It's going to come. So spread the word, tell your friends to watch How to Cake It and to subscribe, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks for being here.